Welcome everybody to the June 17th Ortelius meeting for outreach. Um, and I will pass it off to probably Tracy.
Hey, sorry guys, I was struggling for a bit. All right, I am going to put in the chat the our ongoing agenda. We are copy this so you can put your name on it. Okay. All right. So we are in a discussion about blogs. That is what our task is. What I'd like to try to get accomplished today is the blog topics reviewed. I'm going to pull that up again, make sure we're good with the topics, and then let's just talk a little bit about process and what we might want to, what it should look like, and a launch date for a blog calendar. I am thinking September is going to be our launch date, and then we need to talk about time off because we do take time off just close to this time of year. At least the outreach does. Okay, so I'll share my screen. I did share the topics in the chat. If you want to go there and share screen.
Sorry, Tracy, I can't find anything in the chat though.
Yeah, same as well.
Really? Okay.
Something's not showing up in the chat, Tracy.
Why?
That part I
Oh.
can't answer.
Because I only sent it to one person. Okay. There's that. And there's that. Is that better?
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know that. Okay. So what we had talked about was starting in September. Our topics would be OpenSSF security tooling and the DevOps pipeline. October is data. What data is important to measure. November takes us to mitigating vulnerabilities. December takes us to future directions of continuous security intelligence. January, we start the year off talking about AI and ML and DevSecOps workflows, followed by tracking and reporting on security compliance. Then we talk about SBOMs and their uses, how to comply with government SBOM requirements, MITRE attack and threat modeling, understanding secure software development framework, and then and that takes us to June. So that gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 months of topics that we can encourage people to write blogs around. Is there any changes that anybody wants to? And Elizabeth, what we did is we went over yours and we took out what some of the high level topics were, and we added them to the high level topics so that they weren't so specific. So people can write any blog about, for example, MITRE attacks or threat modeling. And then we need to let people know that we're open to any blogs of any choosing anytime. And we can make sure that that's clear in the blogs.
So for the track and report security compliance, if you put me down with that, and I will chase John Linford and another open group active guy named Chris Carlson.
Okay.
So I think between the three of us, put down Tony, John Linford, Chris Carlson, obviously volunteering people who aren't present.
That's okay.
All right, I'm reasonably good at convincing people to do things.
Okay.
We can take that one on, I think.
Would you like to move that up to September and start that off as what we, because we could move these around because that's not until February.
Let me talk to these guys in September. John at least is going to be completely focused on getting ready for the Houston Open Group event.
Yeah.
So
well, just let us know if you want us to move that topic up. These are not static, and I will publish them, but that doesn't mean we can't change them.
Yeah, like I said, I'll talk to John and Chris about it. I think I've got a meeting with them in the next week or so.
Okay, sounds good. have we missed a topic or, and again, if we say, oh, we've thought about a topic we didn't add and we're going to take off one of these topics and change it. All of that's fine. So it's not super static, but it's a good start.
One thought would be to maybe somebody like you or Steve to reach out to Dana Wang at OpenSSF to see if she's
Yep.
willing to co-author the what OpenSSF tooling.
Yeah. Okay. The hard part with Dana is she's going to know, she only knows the left side of that equation. She knows the OpenSSF tooling, but she knows nothing about the pipeline.
Well, yeah, but you guys do.
Yes, I know. We could co-author something with her.
That would be my thought.
Yep.
And part of what I'm thinking about is, getting people who are in one fashion or another recognizable names for some of these at least.
Okay, that's a great idea to curate some of of these. Well, we'll continue to come up with names, but it sounds like we're all okay with the starting in September and the topics. So let me switch over here to. We don't have right now on the website a real clear understanding how to actually contribute a blog. So we'll need to create, I think what we'll need to do is update this blog page. So there is maybe a submenu possibly that says how to submit a blog, or we have I put a static area up here somehow that says here's the blog calendar, get involved. But let's just talk about how we should, one way we could do it would be to set up a Ortelius blog email. So people can submit maybe a blog abstract. So we could take a look at it and tell them if we would accept it or not. We can be more open and say anybody's blog's welcome, but it has to pass editing before that. So what would the workflow look like? This will be the hardest part. And we may not have enough blogs to be worried about it, but we should have at least a team of blog editors that are on that email, and we know when blog requests come through. And if we want to accept them.
Okay, so there are a couple of obvious things. First of all, having someone volunteer who turns out to have no time at all to actually work on reviewing blogs is not useful. And so we need people who can respond in a timely manner. Beyond that, how many people do we want to read any given blog?
I don't know if it's a matter of how many. I think it's a matter of how. So what we do at the OpenSSF is there's about 10 of us on the blog stream. We see the topics come in. Some people write the entire blog, so we'll read it and give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down. And then somebody from the OpenSSF actually goes through and does editing. I generally try to do editing of any blog that comes through, so I would play that role. But I wouldn't want to be the only person responding to those blog requests. And I wouldn't want to be the only person giving a thumbs up or thumbs down, even though after a thumbs up came, I would be happy to work with the editing.
Okay, put me down as somebody who's willing to help with that.
Okay, we'll just call it the blog team.
Technical writing committee.
You want to be added, Arvin?
I didn't want to volunteer because I want to learn the process.
Okay,
Arvin's got a
so,
shiny new university degree, so that suggests that he's used to having to edit and write things, good fashion.
yeah, exactly. So I do think we should create a blog email that would go to anybody that would be forwarded to any of the blog, to all on the blog team. So when one comes through, then we can start having a conversation about it. But maybe what I should do is have it only come to me. And then I will forward to the team. Now, why would I do that? Because if we're saying negative, if we start the blog and the person is actually, we've added that person to the general blog email and we happen to have a conversation that we may not want them to hear. And I have to tell them, let them down easily that maybe their topic doesn't fit our requirements. It'd be better if it was just me having a discussion directly.
There's some value in an intermediary there, I think.
Okay. Editing, I'm just going to say it right now. Tracy will do editing with the team's input. And the requirement will be the blog has to be on a shared Google Doc. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm writing it on, I thought I was writing it under, ooh, I got the wrong month, sorry. Okay, sorry. There. Because then I could just share that Google Doc with everybody. Once we've said it's approved. And we'll give this a try for a while and see how it works. And there may be stuff we have to fix. All right. And is everybody okay with launching this in September? So we're not looking at trying to do it now?
Well, we could use the time between now and September to line up who's going to participate in the blogs if we're going, hoping to co-author and that sort of thing, so we get to September with some momentum.
Okay. I'll just say goal is to launch blog program September 1st, which we're going to require updates to the website.
Tracy, I shared the link in the chat. Can you open that? We can do something like that.
And to do it where?
I posted it in the Zoom chat.
I can't hear you, Steve.
Arvin posted the OpenSSF blog guidelines that you wrote.
Oh, yeah, yes, yes, that I wrote. Yes. Yeah, I will follow something.
Yeah.
Theirs are a lot more stringent though than what I think we need to do. It's got, sometimes I think it's got too many cooks in the kitchen. We got to update the website, set up email, confirm blog team.
And also the last thing on that would be, I don't know, would be curate bloggers.
Okay, so I will take this as a honeydew. Steve, I'm going to give this to you.
Yeah.
This is for all. And right now, this will be for all. Okay. And we probably need to do something here with auto response.
Yeah,
send-
I gotta look to see how we do that.
Yeah, that would be good if we could just, I think there's not, we can set up auto response on it, on the email itself, just like you do if you're out of town, on vacation.
Yeah, I have to. You can have an alias for the Ortelius open source Gmail account, and I gotta see what we need to do on that front. Whether
Okay.
it's whether you do an auto response and a forward, or if we have to go like a Google group path. I don't know. I gotta look into that technically.
Okay. All right. Any other discussion on that topic in particular? All right, so the generally what we do through the summer months is we always shut down for all of August. I think last year we shut down from the middle of July to the end of August, so we gave ourselves 6 weeks. That doesn't mean the architecture team does. The architecture team, I think, only took maybe 2 weeks off at the most, or maybe 3, because they've always got stuff that they're constantly trying to push through, and coding doesn't stop on Steve's side, so he keeps everybody updated. What about this group? What do you guys think? Do you want to take do 6 weeks? Maybe, start if we look at the calendar. We can go through. I would suggest Steve and I are going to be out the following 2 weeks, so it'd be easiest for us if we did our last meeting would be July 1st. And the next one we wouldn't have until, that's weird. We had an outreach there. It should be every 2 weeks, right? Or we do it every month now. Oh, here would be the outreach would be here. So I'm thinking we do maybe postpone. We could postpone this July 1st and have a July 8th meeting and then close it down until September 1st. Whatever everybody's thoughts on that.
That sounds reasonable. A lot of people will be taking vacation time.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good for me. I'm actually out from this week and back on the 3rd, so I'm okay for the 8th.
Okay. That means we would have today is the 17th. So we don't have a whole lot to cover anyway. We'll just we'll have this July 1st, which should be in 2 weeks, will be in 3 weeks. And then we'll take the rest of July and off. So I'll make that update to the calendar on the Ortelius side.
That sounds good to me. This is Marion. Hello, y'all. I'm back.
Hi, Marion. Hi, Marion.
Hi.
So
hi. It's been Atlanta Tech Week for the last week and a half, so I've been busy. So
nice. I hope you enjoyed it.
I did, from volunteering to participating in one of the biggest tech conferences in the South. So yeah, it was very, really, it was good. It was really learnable. It was awesome. It was fun meeting new people, networking. It was great. So, and I participated in a lot of a couple of sections that we had two or three representatives that talked on DevSecOps and DevOps. So I love their sections and they talk. So I'll be writing a little recap on those 2 sections on my LinkedIn page. So.
Well, if you want to submit a blog on it, we're happy to take it. Blogs
Okay,
like that are welcome anytime. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yes.
And yes, August will be great off because I have going to an island in August, the first week of August. Yeah.
Yeah, I think all of us are going to be happy to take some downtime. We push everything so hard. So I think it'll be great for all of us to take, we'll do that one last meeting at the second week of July and then just close it down until September 1st. And if I have any concerns about the blog process, I'll just call a meeting separate. But maybe we'll try to do the launch September 15th. Doesn't really matter that much, so that we have one meeting before everything goes out. I'm going to make that change. So the website updates will be done, and we can take a look at it all and make sure we're good with it. All right, so next meeting to be held on July the 8th. The team will take a summer break until the meeting after the 8th would then be on Monday, be September 9th. I'm just going to leave that as the regular time. So we'll take 2 months off. I always get concerned about a long break because I'm afraid people aren't going to come back, but I have faith all of you will. I really do. You lose momentum sometimes, you take that much time, but at the same time, I really believe that the community needs the time off during the summer, because we really don't take any time off during Christmas or the holidays. We push that because we have our holiday party. All right, anything else we need to cover? We got our 30 minutes in, did a lot of work.
I think that should do it.
All right, and we were a little bit behind on getting all of the recordings uploaded to YouTube, but they're all out there now. So, and in the future, if anybody wants to take that on, we'll be happy to show you how to do it. Sometimes Steve and I we get backlogged, and we had I don't know, there were 6 or 7 of them that hadn't been posted between this and the architecture.
I will take that.
Oh, and Marion, you asked a question about logs, metrics, and trace on observability on the blogs. And yes, we do have one. We don't see. So we don't do observability much. It's not one of our areas. Observability is a little different, but we do have one on the data and what to do with the data. So I think it covers that. I'm going to just put that down as a possible top. Oops. I'm going to take that out of the chat and put that down as a possible area that we might want to talk about.
Okay, that sounds good. Yeah, because the 2 sections that I attended during the conference, it was heavily on the matrix tracing logs.
Yes.
Yeah, so yeah. And I really dived into learning, and I actually had a conversation with one of the speakers about after her talk. So that was really good.
We do have a section on metrics and metadata related to security and DevOps data, but not on observability, which oftentimes is the tracing of transactions between APIs. So I put it down so we don't lose it. And maybe
Cool.
when we get to the metrics and metadata, we might clarify exactly, because it doesn't hurt to have some observability in there, but it doesn't really. It's not the kind of data. It's not the same kind of data we're gathering.
Okay. Yeah. And I told her I was new to this section of tech, this particular topic of tech. So she was like, that was awesome. And I'm just learning, and I was asking her so many questions.
Good. That's how you learn, right? If we don't ask questions, we never get anywhere.
and for her to even take the time out to just talk to me on the side after her talk, that was really awesome. So,
Well, I'm glad you went and I'm glad you had a good time and I'm looking forward to the blog. All right, everybody, we'll see you in 3 weeks. Have an enjoyable 3 weeks and then an enjoyable 2 months. We will all chat soon.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye. Cheers, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
bye. Have a great summer.
Bye.